So here I am, Ron McCoy, aka Rob McCool, aka Retail Rob, at my place of business. Seems to be thriving. Why is that? Now, of course, we have very competitive prices, but there has to be another reason why so many people flock to this place to do their shopping. We are going to explore those reasons in today's edition. By the morning moon's shimmering light, most mornings you can find trash littering the parking lot outside our store. However, there is a phantom trash remover who eradicates this trash. And on the interior of our store, you may recall that there was an unsightly gash adjacent to register number 2. It has now been replaced by an enticing display designed to get children to implore their parents to spend money. And employees Gracia and Macy use a scanning gun in order to reduce the prices. New pink price stickers are adhered to the products which have been marked down, of which there are a multitude. Yes, the front of the store is definitely aesthetically pleasing, and the prices are very low, but there are other reasons that Russ Suit Up for Less continues to be the place that draws hundreds of people every day. Could the attraction be the employees, the people who work very hard each day? Yes, the people where I work very hard. They care about how they do their jobs, which is why this place continues to flourish day after day. On Tuesday, May 6, 2025, several employees reported for work, even though they weren't scheduled, to do markdowns and to prepare for an upcoming inventory. Store managers Jasper and Wisteria had checklists, and they dispatched employees hither and thither to make sure that all aspects of our store were inventory ready. And as a result of preparing for the inventory, various employees at Russ Suit Up for Less have truly spiffed up the store, specifically these areas. I was also assigned to check to make sure that merchandise in the boys section had all of the necessary price tags and hard tags. What would Russ Suit Up for Less do without me? Recently, I took a jaunt to a nearby Russ Suit Up for Less store just to make some comparisons. Comparisons? Well, there were more contrasts. Our store was far superior to that Russ Suit Up for Less, and I dare say any Russ Suit Up for Less in the entire world. And another contributing factor to such great success at Russ Suit Up for Less is that the employees have such high standards for excellence. Case in point, the wonderful Avanda, who was also doing markdowns, gave me feedback about where I had placed several items in the ladies section. So Rob, I'm going to make this as simple as I can possibly make it. If the tag says Ms., then it goes in the Mrs. section. And if it says Junior and it's green, it goes in the Junior section. And, of course, the wonderful Izzy had to put in her 2 cents worth as well. Beware, Rob, I will be watching you. I'm thinking, oh, that's a withering thought. Oh, and speaking of being under watchful eyes, I have continued to work in the cash office, making some of the most monumental decisions and blunders of my entire life. And in said cash office, which incidentally doesn't look nearly this nice, you have a series of daily tasks to accomplish, one of which is to punch in the code to the safe and get the procedure started. It is a routine which, now that I have learned it, more or less, doesn't seem that hard, but initially learning it seemed quite monumental. And on that fateful Thursday, April 24, I assured my manager, Jasper Barton, that I could do this procedure completely on my own, and he believed me and bid me a fond farewell. He also left a radio so that I could contact him in the event calamity struck, and calamity did strike in 2 different ways. Yes, it was as if I had been placed under a spell, a terrible curse, which affected my ability to function in the cash office, and it started when the daily task came to change order, and I pressed the skip button. If you are relishing this video, be sure you click on like, subscribe, and on the notification bell so that you always know when I upload a new video. And now back to Retail Rob. So yes, I run McCoy, cash office worker, and making important decisions about the cash flow at Russ Suit Up for Less, and I'm deliberating on whether or not there really was a change order. Well, I know I did a change order a couple of days ago and accounted for it. Do I account for it again? In my mind, I'm thinking no, so I press skip. One problem, there was a change order, $940 worth. Things then went from bad to horrendous very quickly, as I inadvertently mixed the money from the safe with the money from the cash drawer with the money from the first till. Only one thing to do: call Jasper. I, in my vast competence in this new job, felt like I was drowning in a sea of money. Upon Jasper's arrival in the cash office, I was offered much advice on the rudiments of cash office procedure. Use this guide. This is the guide to use. It's the Ross way. Lesson learned, and one thing you can say about Rob McCoy, aka Rob McCool, aka Retail Rob, is I make blunders, but I always learn from those blunders. And as I continue to work diligently in my prison cell, in the cash office, I am met with the sounds of laughter outside the door, which makes me envious that they're having so much fun and I'm working so hard with all of this cash. Nevertheless, believe it or not, my new favorite place to work at Russ Suit Up for Less is the cash office. And outside the cash office, Russ Suit Up for Less in Liberty seems to be more organized than ever. Of course, part of that is because the employees care so much, and of course, part of it is because an inventory is coming on Monday, May 12th. Not only that, we have 6 days worth of trucks delivering new merchandise to our store. What new adventures await the employees at Russ Suit Up for Less? To find out, be sure you tune in the next invigorating edition.